always trying to keep everyone happy at work? Do you say yes to every request even if it doubles your workload? And yet somehow people take you for granted. Let's talk about why being too nice at work is actually slowing down your career and how you can fix it. Hi, my name is Anjali. I'm a happiness coach and a psychologist, and I've worked with tons and tons and tons of corporate employees to tell you that being too nice is not going to help. So let's talk about this. You believe that if you help everyone, they will value you. But the reality is a little different. The more you say yes to everything, the more people assume that you will always be available without you really, appreciating you for it. Imagine this. So when I was in corporates, there was a guy in my office, Amit, very helpful, always available, but when it came for the time of promotion, his name wasn't even considered. And can you guess why? Because people never saw him as a leader. People always saw him as somebody who's a good team player, who's a good support person, who's always there and who's really helpful, but not a leader. And that is your bigger problem. If you're always nice and accommodating, people start seeing you as a support system rather than a serious professional. So what's the fix? See, next time someone asks you for extra work, pause and ask yourself, is this helping my growth or am I just taking on other people's tasks? And honestly, it's okay to say no when it's needed. See, I'm not saying that you do not have to be a helpful person at work or you cannot help a friend in need. Please do that. But not at your own expense. Be selfish when it is required, because work is a place where you will fight with your best friend for a position. Work is also a place from which you earn all the money that you have. So rather start respecting yourself and the money that you make. Another issue that I see mostly is that people don't set boundaries. And when people don't set boundaries, people will keep piling work onto you without thinking twice. So I had a client, her name is Neha. Super hardworking, but because she never said no to her manager, the manager kept giving her extra shifts without any extra pay. See, she didn't realize that people were taking advantage of her until her health started suffering. I mean, there are tons and tons and tons of stories on internet about burnout, right? Initially, it always starts with, oh, could you just help me with this? But that could you just help me with this becomes long hours, becomes long shifts, and becomes unpaid labor that you are doing for somebody who is actually more responsible for that work than you. So if you always take on extra work without questions, people assume it's normal, and that's how you become a pushover. So start setting some boundaries at least. I understand that setting boundaries is easy, but I don't know how to do it. So what you do is, next time when someone gives you extra work, unfairly say that, listen, I'm currently focused on this task, but maybe I can take up this later in the day, or maybe I can come around this on Friday or on Thursday. Just give it a day, give it a time that this is where you can do it. If that is something that you can't do, there's always a polite yet a firm way to say no without sounding rude. Okay. Another bigger issue that I've always seen is, have you noticed that overly nice people often get stuck in their career? I mean, this team lead is great at what he does, is also one of the good team players, is nice to everybody, but is stuck at the same role in the same team. I'll give you an example of Rohit and Sanya. They worked in the same team. Rohit shared his ideas, took initiative, and wasn't afraid to speak up. However, Sanya was as hardworking, but she avoided conflict and stayed quiet in the meeting. When a leadership role opened up, Rohit was chosen, because leadership is not just about being nice, it's also about taking change and taking charge. Right? So if you want to be taken seriously, just working hard isn't enough. With your hard skills, you need soft skills, and you need to learn how to manage different kind of people. You need to show you are capable. So speaking up in meetings, sharing your ideas, taking credit where it's due, these are the things that most people struggle with. And if you're struggling with it, all you need to understand is that when you speak up, it is still safe. When you share your idea during a conflict or even a brainstorming discussion, it is still safe. If you're playing way too safe just to keep your focus on pleasing others, your career will slow down. And honestly, I would want you to make a lot more money in your career than I think what you would want. One of the important things to remember is that people treat you the way you teach them to treat you. I'll give you another example. This client's name is also Anjali, by the way. ठीक है, always worked on weekends because her boss expected it. Why? Because she never said no. But the moment she finally told the boss that she wasn't available, he was surprised. Rather than thinking that, oh, okay, that's okay because she's been doing this for weeks, he was surprised. And if you're always available, people assume that you always will be. And that creates an unhealthy pattern. This affects not just your career but also your personal life. The key is to set expectations early. Next time your boss asks for something unreasonable, say that, listen, I won't be available on the weekend, but I can have this for you on the coming Monday. You don't always have to bring work back at home on weekends. This helps you establish a healthy boundary without sounding unprofessional, because you're still doing the thing. All you're asking is for some time, which is also valid. And see, another most important thing here is confidence, okay? If you don't express your thoughts clearly, people start taking you lightly. Workplace respect comes from not being too nice, but from being competent and confident. So if I can give you my ideas while being confident and while being competent in what I am saying, I am doing a good job here. And that's exactly what you need to do in your meeting rooms. Let's take another example of Sameer and Kavya. They were both very smart, but Kavya spoke with clarity and confidence, while Sameer hesitated a little bit. He had the maybe, I think, I hope, oh, this is what I meant, oh, I think I'm doing right. Who do you think, okay? Who do you think is going to get more respect at work? Kavya, right? And if you want people to take you seriously, work on your communication. Be clear, be direct, avoid apologizing unnecessarily. The more confident you sound, the more serious people will take you. So I think throughout this video, we have learned a little bit about how being too nice is not really helping your career, and being too nice will probably get you the star of the month or the ace of the quarter, but will not help your career growth. So if you want to grow, start becoming a little more confident. Your goal at work is not to make everybody happy, but just for you to do what you're getting paid for, and maybe making your clients happy if that matters. You need to focus on your own growth. A balance of assertiveness and professionalism is always the key. So next time you feel like people are taking you lightly, it's time to stand your ground. And if you don't know how to do that, keep watching videos like these or talk to me. Let's discuss. Let's make you the confident version that you always have there inside you. So what do you think? Are you ready to change your workplace strategy? Please let me know in the comments. And if you want videos more like this, or if you have any suggestions, put them in the comments. If you have questions as to how to do, what to do, or if you want to share what's happening at work with you, please feel free to do that. I am here, I'm there to help you. And make sure that you like, subscribe this channel, because we come up with videos like these every single week. See you, take care, bye-bye.